Alright, hello everybody, welcome back to the show. This is FPL Konnect. As you know, it is the show for the masses of the football community to come and compete at the highest level in the Fantasy Premier League game. Alright, so let's get on with it, guys. And today, as you have seen the header, we're going to talk about those players that should be out of our teams. Like, these players should be out of our teams, or rather, we should not be planning to buy these players at all, because at the moment, these players are not giving us anything. Like, they are not giving us anything. So the main aim is to focus on these popular players that I think we just have to get rid of. Alright guys, so this is where we start for the video. So we're going to look at the team of the week, guys. We're going to look at the team of the week because, as we have said, there are players that we have to get rid of, but they are so common, and I think that the fear that these players are common, and if you get rid of them and people get points from them, then you will get a massive red arrow. But then on the other hand, there are people who are like slightly on surely and slightly surpassing us, because they are changing players to more effective players, more efficient players for that particular game week, which is what FPL Konnect is all about, to try and find those players that can give you the edge over the others. And yes guys, let's get into the team of the week and then identify those players that I think, although they have performed, but they still have to get out of get out of our teams. So on this team of the week, there's no player here that I'm planning to talk about. As you can see, the likes of Evans, Ben, Tarkowski, well, these are the low-owned players, but they have made it here. And the likes of Bruno Guimaraes and Morris, so they have made it to the best team of the week. So big ups to them. But for most people, to see Botman getting those 12 points and Saka getting 13 points and Sani 14, Mitoma 14 and Trippier 18 and Leno 10, the people with those players are the happier ones this game week. And I think over 50% of the FPL population has one or two of these players. So yeah, it was a happy week for the FPL community this time around. It was a very happy week. So guys, without wasting any time, let's just go straight into the players that I want to talk about for this game week. So the first player that I want us to talk about is Brian Mbeumo, guys. So Brian Mbeumo, as we speak, he's the top point scorer for Brentford, but I do believe that his time has run out. This is why I believe that his time has run out, guys. So this is him, as we can try to analyze his performance. Mens has only delivered in 2 game weeks, which was game week 1 and 2. That was where he really proved his owners right. And also in game week 3, where he got 8 points. But if you can remember, in game week 3, Mbeumo got points because he managed to get that late goal. And without that goal, it was obvious that he was going to blank again in that game week. And if you can actually look at the stats here, like, he is really not on the run to say he is on a good run of points or on a bad run of points. But apart from these 2 games, it has been an ordinary week from Mbeumo, like an ordinary show, because he is not an elite player. So this shows why he is not one of those premium players, because he is not consistent. And if you have been watching the matches for Brentford, Mbeumo plays way far from the goalposts. So I bought Mbeumo this last week, and we will discuss more about that in my video about my team. I bought Mbeumo last week because I was thinking Everton against Mbeumo or against Brentford at home, Brentford will sure win this one. So I had a bit of a conversation with myself and you guys here on the screen whether I should get Mbeumo or Wisa, and I was showing that Wisa is my number one choice. But since I had to replace a midfielder, Wisa is shown as is listed as a forward, so I couldn't get him because I needed a midfielder, and that's when I went for Mbeumo because I even thought maybe he would even get a penalty or something. But Banks didn't get anything out of that game, and he got me 1 point. And guess whom I sold for him? I sold Fernandez, and Fernandez got points. So it was a bad week for me in those terms. But either way, the focus is on Mbeumo, guys. So if we look at his fixtures, they are not bad really. He doesn't have bad fixtures. He has Nottingham Forest away this coming game week. If you have him, then you can play him. But if you want to buy him, don't buy him. If you have a chance of selling him, sell him, because he's playing Nottingham Forest and that's away. And as I've said, he's playing so far from goal that he only gets about one chance per game. That is so clear. And then yes, he may have other chances. And recently he is not bearing these chances that he's getting. So we are now going to think of him as a penalty person, and for us to think of him in that way, then it is definitely not good to have him, because he will not produce any points for us in that case unless they have a penalty. Therefore, against Man United, he may gain some points. I'm saying this because the players that you least expect them to these players, when you least expect them to give you points, that's when they actually give you points. And you may not give Brentford any advantage against Man United, but they may get points against Man United because that's when you least expect them to. And then they have Burnley at home, and then Chelsea out, and then West Ham at home. So they have a very good run of fixtures. But if I have Wisa in that team with this run of fixtures, I'll be more confident than if I have Mbeumo. So that is all I want to say about Mbeumo, guys. Like, the stats are just up there for us to see that he is really not as efficient as we thought he would be. And his expected goals has been decreasing since. So you see, it just went from 1.35, 1.79, and then 0.04, 0.8, 0.0, 0.1. So if you still want to own him, then I believe you will own him, because you don't have a chance to sell him in this game week, because maybe I also might not have a chance to sell him, but I am looking to sell him. If it's not in this game week, then it should be in the other game week, because I just can't keep him in my team while other players are just getting ahead. You know what I'm saying? So let's go to this other second player that I really do not want in my team, or I do not want you to go for, because I think he is not going to produce, and that is Bruno Fernandes, guys. Yes, he got 10 points last week, this past game week, and that was his only chance at goal, guys. That was his only chance at goal. Had he missed it, we would be sitting here and saying Fernandes has to be sold. So let's not allow that that's slight luck, that's a bit of luck. Let's not allow it to judge what is this word? To confuse our judgment, to cloud our judgment of him. Let's look at the time that he actually brought in numbers. He brought in numbers against Nottingham Forest. That was in game week 3. So if you had him from game week 1 like I did, you would really be fed up with him, because I've been pulling up with him, thinking that he will produce goals or points. But then in game week 1 he gave me 3 points. In game week 2 he gave me 1 point. In game week 3 he gave me 12 points. So I had hope. In game week 4 he gave me 2 points. Game week 5 he gave me 1 point. So as you can see, in over 5 games, I managed to get something like around only 20 points. All the likes of Mbeumo and Saka were getting more points. So I was really frustrated with him. So in Gameweek 6, that's when he got a 10-pointer. And from that luck, I should say it was due to luck, guys. It was just due to luck that he found himself in that space. And this time he managed to convert. Because how many times has he got chances in this past game weeks that he couldn't convert, So I'm really not happy with how he is doing this term. So I do believe if we have Rashford, keep Rashford, guys. Like Rashford has so many goal involvements, so many attacking returns, so many potential for gaining those attacking returns. So I'll really keep Rashford over Fernandes. And if you are looking to buy a Man U player, because they are about to have very interesting fixtures, you see it's a lot of green here. But I think you should either go for Holland or go for Marcus Rashford. I don't think Holland will be a gem this time in this game against Crystal Palace. I think he will bring some good results. He's one of those people that I may look to get, but not in this game week, because I have someone else in mind for this game week. But if you want to go for a Man United asset, just go for that guy, Holland, or go for Rashford. I do not advise you to go for any of their defense at the moment. Maybe you may go for Onana, but yeah, apart from that, I really don't advise you to go for anyone. Or maybe even Serge Reguilon. I think he's trying to do good, so you may go for him, but these people are just conceding goals at the back, man. So really, I wouldn't advise you to go for the Man United defender. So now coming to the player that I want to talk about, that I believe that you should include in your squads. So he's a Luton striker, guys. So I think if we get Morris, like Morris is the top man in Luton, as he has 26 points above them all. So if you see what he has given us here also, he's given us, well, I can say 5 points, because it's 8 points in his first game week, and then 2 points with a loss to Chelsea, then 5 points in a game against West Ham, and then 2 points with a loss to Fulham, and then 9 points in a game against Wolves. So what can we say about him? It is that in every game where Luton has produced a goal, it was either he scored it or he assisted it. So now he's on a double game week. So if they score a goal, there are high chances that he will be involved in that goal. So yes, guys, I would really advise us to go for Carlton Morris, as he is on a double game week. And yeah, if they get a goal, then there is a high chance that he will be involved in that goal, guys. So these are the 3 players that I really wanted to focus on in this show. So just get rid of those 2 guys. If you have Bruno, if you have Mbeumo, just find a way to get rid of them. Or if you are planning to go for either of them, just do not go for them. One thing I can say, Carlton Morris is 5.5. I think he's going to rise. So if you are able to avoid the price rise for him, just try to get him as soon as you can before he rises, or before the likes of Jackson and Chilwell start to drop. And Chilwell has dropped already in points. So if you are looking to sell a striker, then you can sell Jackson as quick as you can if you still have him, and get this guy and see if he can give you something in these 2 game weeks. So that's it, guys. That's it for the show. That's it for FPL Konnect. I'll see you guys on the next video, and the next video will be about my team and how I'm planning for the week, and yes, the fixtures to look forward to in these game weeks. Adios, guys.